Thank you for joining me for another wow moment, and I hope you enjoy the conversation. Do you trust you? I know that possibly you may have issues trusting others. I know I do. Do you trust you? I was asking that question because that comes up a lot. It shows up a lot in human behavior. The level in which we're able to trust ourselves and another human being has to do with our setbacks and disappointments in life. And may I suggest it also has the level to do with the success and failure of our relationships, even our relationships that we have with the one who created us. Just food for thought. I remember some time ago I was watching this picture called The First Wives Club. It starred Goldie Hawn, Diane Keaton, and Bette Midler. And the three of them were friends. And the person who seemed to hold the friendship together was Cynthia Swanson. And they met, I gather they met in college, and they had a friendship. Well, through life, in life experiences, they drifted apart. But Cynthia seemed to be the glue to hold it together, and she also seemed to be the person in her living and dying that brought them back together. Years later, they came back together because of her death. But the type of life she lived and the way she died was also how they were able to form the First Wives Club, and something which was very meaningful, not only to their lives, but to people in and around their lives in New York City. It was based loosely on a true story. Long story short, before they got to the final product that each of them brought to the table with their particular gifts, skill sets, and talents, they had to navigate a lot of trust issues through a lot of hurts and disappointments. They even, at points of the movie, were mistrustful of each other. They were envious of each other, covetous of each other, jealous of each other, backbiting each other, all kinds of stuff, that comes out in human behavior. Until they realize this one certain thing. I bring something to the table that only I can bring. You bring something to the table that only you can bring. Collectively, when we come together, it is not in competition, but it's in completing one another, complementing one another. Case in point, I live in Upper Darby Township, 6th District. Every person in this county, and especially in the district I brings something to the table, whether they know it or not. This is not a one-man island. We are all neighbors. We are all joined. We all bring something to the table to enhance our human experience, to enhance our Upper Darby living. As human beings, we all bring something to the table. As spiritual beings, we all bring something to the table. As a woman, I bring something to the table. As an entrepreneur and businesswoman, I bring something to the table. I have gifts, skill sets, and talents that are uniquely designed to fit who I am. And when I operate them, I bring something to the table. And so do you. I found that so unique. And I guess the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I'm encountering that a lot in this season in my life. Behaviors that should have been taken care of in our youth that we often don't because we're still dealing from places of hurt and mistrust. Those behaviors show up when they're not dealt with. They show up and they can hinder forward motion, forward movement. This is not a one-man island. It really isn't. Even when you go through life, on your travels, you're going to meet people that you connect with. And these people that you connect with, as I'm reminded from a motivational speech I heard from Les Brown earlier, they serve certain purposes in your journey. You may have intellectual friends that you only deal with on that level. You may have business partnerships that you only connect on that level. Social friendships. You know, there are certain points where you connect. And when you keep it in that balance, there's no need for insecurity, mistrust, jealousy. Really isn't. If you are secure in who and what you are, really isn't. But then I'm like, am I reading too much into it? Is it really that? Is it really a trust factor that is the breakdown in so much of communication now? For me, I know it has been. I'm going back to tape in my life. It really has been. I would deal with you to the level of my trust, and I won't let you go past that. If something shows up that I recognize, there's an aha to me or a trip signal to me, I'll back you up. I'll back you up. So I guess what I'm saying is we got to get better with our trust factor. The more secure we are in who we are and who we've been created to be and what we bring to the table, the better we'll get in our humanity. When we understand that we complement each other, we'll stop competing with each other. We'll stop coveting and being jealous and envious and those types of things. Things that hinder love showing up. Well, this has been another wild moment. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. Please, wherever you are in life, continue to have them. They really are worth having. Until next time, you take care.